You are now tuned in to Destination Unknown, a solo travel adventure. This is episode 8. My friend Toby and I take a flight from Amsterdam over to Budapest, Hungary. We liked Hungary a lot. Bathhouses, awesome architecture. It's very cheap there. They have this thing called ruin bars. And this episode will cover my time with Toby in Budapest, or Budapest, as they say. Toby and I had a little video chat about our time so we could recall some of the experiences we had, and here's Toby. From Amsterdam, we flew over to Budapest. It was cool as soon as we got there. I mean, stuff was cheap. The architecture is insane. It feels very ancient. Maybe not ancient, really. But very old.
Old European, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like Budapest was kind of impromptu, and I think Brussels was also just like, let's go there.
Budapest especially, I think we were just hearing from multiple people. They're like, what, you haven't been to Budapest? Like, you have to go. And it definitely is a must-go city.
For sure. No, and the plane tickets were super cheap. I mean, that was like the one plane that we took was from Amsterdam to Budapest. And
right.
That was like, great.
Yeah.
Let's go.
A lot of buses otherwise, which, are fine. You just have to sit there and sometimes hold your pee pretty hard.
Yeah. I had also downloaded Game of Thrones, and I hadn't seen it yet, so that was most of my escape time on the bus, was just watching that.
Right. We watched Black Mirror, we watched Rick and Morty together, as you mentioned.
Yeah, that was really fun. I mean, those were like the new episodes were coming out while we were there. I feel like we're talking like we watched a lot of TV. We didn't watch a lot of TV. It's just we happened to pick our moments.
Right.
I specifically remember in Budapest, it was like the second to last day or something.
Yeah.
And like the new episode of Rick and Morty had come out, and we were both watching it like across from each other at a cafe.
It's polite, it's right, and it's sneezy, deezy, McDeluxe.
Oh, Mr. Sneezy, achoo.
Oh, we also took a train. We flew and then we took a train. It was an old rickety train, and it was sunset, and I was taking a video outside of the window. As soon as we got into the station, we ran into this beautiful outdoor concert with like delicious food and drinks, and we just sat there and chilled and listened to music and ate good food and drank some beers. It was just like in their 20s, like a guy playing guitar and a girl singing. We went up to them after, and I was like, hey man, here's my contact info. Like, if you need a drummer in the next couple days, I'm here. I'm your guy. And he's like, oh, cool, thanks. And then I lost his contact info probably within 5 minutes. So, but he probably wouldn't have hit me up anyway.
Eclipse.
So how long did we spend? Actually, I gotta poop, dude. I'm gonna take a break here. I'm gonna take a break here. I'll call you back.
Yeah, you have to leave that in.
Okay. Gotta go when you gotta go, mama guy. You know what I'm saying?
Just call me back.
A few moments later.
And how was your poop?
It was great. We're back in it, people. I feel a lot better, and I'm ready to go. So we spent 5 days in Budapest. Let me read in my journal here. Our first day, the first thing we did was kind of walk around. And we went to see the big green bridge. Took some cool pictures there. How do you feel? You're on a bridge. I think that's what I asked you. And I don't know.
Do you have the
I
video?
do. I'll throw it in there somewhere.
Right here.
It'd be funny if I didn't put it in right there.
How do you feel? You're on a bridge.
Yeah, and then we saw that like 2-story market.
That was so cool.
It was covered, but it was still outside. All sorts of weird trinkets and
like open air market, but in like a big contained building. I don't know. Big windows. I bet it's closed in the winter.
probably be very cold. Yeah, there was like a bunch of little booths with like Hungarian trinkets. They sold a lot of cards, and I remember you kind of collect cards. So you were like, which one do I get? Food stands. Yeah, that place was cool. That's a big thing to note, actually, is as soon as I met you in France, you taught me deuces, or big two. I gotta poop, dude. Whatever you want to call it. And we played a lot of that. you kicked my ass all of the time. You know, I probably won 1/10 of the time because you had so much more practice, but that helped me get really good at the game pretty quickly. And I've showed it to everyone since. It's literally my favorite card game still.
Such a good game.
Yeah. So after we went to the market, we had to get some haircuts. Both of us had some crazy fros going on. You found a place online that looked pretty nice, and it was our worst haircut experience we've had in our lives. I don't know. There was a language barrier for sure, but also those guys handled hair like it was their first day on the job. And when that guy asked you if you wanted a straight razor shave, I was scared for your life. I was like watching him like, he better not slit Toby's throat right now.
That part ended up being the best part.
It was.
But the haircut part was like, I get a very simple haircut every single time.
Yeah.
It's always like a 7 and a 4 on the side, and that's it. And I said that, and he like confirmed that he understood.
Right.
Didn't do that.
Yeah, I don't know what happened there. So we both had a little bit of funky hair going on after. That night was in Tiger's Den. We jammed. You and I played a bunch of music. There were some other people there as well who were jamming with us.
Do you remember we met the broiest California hostel guy?
I don't remember that.
You don't remember? Okay, that first night at that place, we met like the quintessential, I'm going backpacking and I'm from California, like, do we fucking drink, man? You know what we do in California, you know? Like, I'm here to party.
Yo, dude, I'm here, dog. EDC.
Like, that guy, we met him the first night in that hostel. And it was obnoxious.
But that's what's so fun is running into those people traveling. You're like, wow, this is a person.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's great. Was he playing music with us or something, or that was just...
We tried to play cards with him, and he was like, oh yeah, I totally know this game, and he didn't at all. And it was like, just explain it. It's like, just tell us you don't know it. Like, what?
Right.
We've never met you before.
Right. There were also 2 Irish chicks, so everyone else went out for a pub crawl, and then we ended up playing cards with the Irish chicks for like all night until we went to bed. So they were cool. Pretty sure the California guy went off on the pub crawl.
Yes, dude.
Oh yeah, so that first day in Budapest, we also went to our first bathhouse. We went to the touristy, everybody goes, it's amazing. And we showed up and we're like,
seeing all the pictures.
What the hell is this? Like slime across every surface, dirty water. Ugh.
Slippery, like sulfury smelling.
It's a huge area. A bunch of baths, a bunch of different pools, and all of them were nasty. And we were so excited. What happened? But then we looked up some other ones and we went to one across the river and it was amazing.
Unbelievable. With like the roof deck, like hot bath area where you could like see over into the water and like across the river to the rest of the city. Unbelievable. Yeah, and super clean, and you just kind of sit and we'd swim around and you meet some people, talk for a bit. Very cool experience. I wish they had that in more places. It's the Schwitz. I'm in New York. Before. The old times. What culture has a bathhouse typically? I want to say Russian. Russian. In Russian bathhouses, they like hit you with sticks and stuff too. Bonus. There's a Vice piece on that. I don't know.
It's like a special therapist who does it, and he sort of beats you with the leaves, but it feels amazing.
What do you remember being favorite parts of Budapest?
I loved this is the day that we climbed the like church/castle that was like above where that bathhouse was. Yeah, that was an awesome day. And like we went up to like the top spire of that one church. Beautiful view. I mean, it's just like I know how old like Budapest is as a city, but it was like I didn't get it until we were like there and like seeing just how old everything was, and like it was stunning. Like it's like very well kept. Mm-hmm. We went to the top of that. I'm just gonna call it a castle. I don't know what it's actually called. And there was that big statue of like the person like standing out like this. And I remember I took a little time lapse of the clouds moving by and the people. Mm-hmm. And then you found that like hole in the wall of the castle, and it was like it had to be like 15 or 20 feet up, and like you climbed like a flat rock wall.
I was like, I'm pretty sure I can get up there. And you're like, okay. And then, yeah, I climbed inside the hole, and there was, like, this beautiful garden in there. I don't know what it was. Maybe, like, royals go in there, or who knows. And then I posed for a picture in the little hole there.
It's Roland's secret garden.
Not many have seen my secret garden. Our second day in Budapest, we went to the House of Terror almost immediately in the morning. We just got a cup of coffee, and we went there. And that blew both of our minds. I feel like it's an important place to go for anyone who goes to Budapest because it teaches you things that you're not taught in school. One of those things being that 1/3 of the Jews that were, executed in Nazi Germany were from Hungary. Like, Hungary was sending Jews over into Germany. I had no idea. We spent a few hours in there and just looking around and reading things and seeing things. How did it feel for you?
Wild. I mean, I've been to 3 different Holocaust museums, like in New York and in Israel. And like an exhibit in San Francisco, but that was like a totally different experience. I mean, this was like way scarier.
House of Terror.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, and I think just like to understand a little more the depth at which like the Holocaust was kind of happening outside of like Germany and Poland. I didn't really know a lot about that, so it was fascinating, and like it was just dirgy and like basementy and like not a fun museum, but really informative. As not fun as it was like very well done, and like paid respect and also gave you information, and it's a good combo of all the things you need when you learn about the Holocaust.
Mm-hmm. When you see stuff like that, sometimes you're like, wow, I'm a little bitch, like I haven't been through anything nearly as hard and probably never will. Which is okay, too, it's great. I love my life. I'm very grateful.
Good for perspective. It's a good thing to keep in mind.
Yeah. It was important to me, too, because you're my closest Jewish friend, and I don't know, like, a whole lot about... What's that?
Take pride in that.
Yeah. That's good. I mean, I love, like, seeing... Like, knowing your family and you and, like, seeing the culture. So it was important to me to learn a little bit more about the history of your religion. And we also went to the oldest
synagogue.
I was going to say monastery. We went to the oldest synagogue in the world.
I don't want to get it wrong, and I don't remember, but it was definitely the oldest synagogue in like Budapest, but never like got torn down during the Holocaust or anything. And it was stunning, like unbelievable. Yeah, I mean, I was crazy. I was totally blown away by the architecture.
Mm-hmm.
Thought that was a very, very cool experience. It's like still running, like they still have services there.
Yeah.
Like, that kind of stuff blows me away.
Yeah. I read this funny thing. I don't remember what it was, but I was like, we went to like the oldest Jewish synagogue. It was expensive, LOL.
Oh yeah, it was.
it was like really expensive. We're like, should we go? But it was totally worth it. I just thought that was funny.
Jews, man.
They'll get ya.
El Bigote.
So, I read while I was pooping that the night we went out with the hostel people, we were actually walking to the first bar is when you tripped and you scraped your knee super badly. I'm pretty sure we had some drinks like in the hostel, but so we had to go back and clean up your knee, and then we lost the group, and then we like tried to go find them, and it never happened, but we had our own great time and met some people and whatnot. We were dancing a ton. Neither of us are typically dancers.
Not in that setting.
No.
Like at a random bar in Budapest.
Yeah, but it's just like, okay, yeah, a lot of dancing.
And we met that one girl at the bar that we both ended up dancing with, that she was like pulling us to the dance floor. I think you were talking to her first, and then like you were dancing with her and I was at the bar, and then we like switched, and like, she just like wanted to like have us be a part of the party.
Yeah.
Reluctantly.
There's some amazing bars there. I forget what they call them, but a lot of them were like would have been abandoned buildings in the past that like just got bought up, and then it's like a 2-story bar with like 20 different rooms.
It's like ruin bars.
Ruin bars. So like it's not like a normal bar. Like it is awesome to be there. We went to a museum. I don't remember what it was. It may have just been art in general, maybe Hungarian art. It was like a really beautiful place. And we walked in, and the guy at the front desk was like, there's a discount for Hungarian people. And Toby, you were like, yeah, we're Hungarian. And he was like, oh, you are? Okay. And he gave us the discounted price on the ticket. Or I think it was actually free. He gave us free tickets because you said we were Hungarian. And we were like, I guess people don't lie in Hungary? I don't know.
Just go with the flow, you know?
Just go with the flow.
You tell me I'm Hungarian, fine.
Yeah. I don't even know. I can't even begin to try a Hungarian accent to pretend.
I have no idea.
Yeah.
I remember we had a lot of kebabs.
Tons. It's like the quickest, most delicious street food that we don't have available at home. Kebabs. Yeah. Late night food, lunch food, whatever. Okay. 2 more days here. Went out for a kebab lunch. We played pool a lot.
Yeah.
You're quite good at pool.
You're good at pool too.
You're a little bit of a step above, I feel. I had been learning a lot, like, over the months that I had been traveling too. But we were pretty evenly matched, and we got to play a lot, and it was always a lot of fun. Sometimes we would bet like a beer or two, you know, just to have some stake in it. We were playing cards one evening, and everyone was like, "Are you going out tonight?" And we're like, "Why should we go out?" And they said, "It's National Hungarian Day." Or National Hungary Day. And we're like, oh, I think we had already taken some special mints and we were like pretty blazed out of our minds. But we decided to go out anyway, and then there was just like streets filled with people. And
yes, oh my god, I until the moment that I just lit up, I did not know what you were talking about. But yes, yeah, we went to that like it was right on the river, like there was like that little like turn, and there was a parade, and there was like thousands of people.
And then a fireworks show we sat and watched. And we were like, this is great. We had no idea. Oh, I think I have some audio from us walking back that night. I should try to find that, yeah. I was recording a voice memo. I forget for what reason, but yeah, I'll try to find that.
I totally forgot about that.
Holy shit. Is it weird to just turn around and take...
Do it. I mean, it is, but only I think that's weird. Everybody else is like, dope, dude.
Hey, I'm walking here.
Don't do that. This is the one time that's not funny.
That night was really great. I mean, that was like I feel like that was like our best bars night, and that was a good crew.
I don't know if that was the same night that I also was hitting on that chick at the bar.
It was.
It was, yeah. So
no, wait.
That was a different night.
Might have been the night it was just us.
Yeah, just us. And we went to go play pool at that really cool bar, and then we ended up dancing again and talking to people and having a great time. Thinking we didn't want to hang out with anyone, and then we're just like having a grand time. But yeah, I didn't put myself out there a lot while traveling. Like, I'm not a one-night stand kind of guy. I'm not shallow. Not saying that is shallow, but like I really want to have a connection with somebody if I'm to get involved with them. So anyway, I felt like that chick was gonna be the one. I really liked her, but turns out I was too shy to invite her out the next day to like go hang out and stuff. So my own damn fault. But you witnessed the first time you've seen me hitting on a girl before, at least in that capacity of like, how are you?
Yeah, it was just like watching the little dove fly away.
Like this dove, for then will I fly away and be at rest.
It's the impromptu things that really make traveling. Like, you had no plans to do anything. You might even be reluctant to do something, but then when you show up there and you have such an amazing experience, that's what makes it for me.
Yeah, I mean, you have to just like be all in for like whatever happens. And I think that was like one of the things that I loved about traveling with you is that I feel like I've traveled a lot for being 27, and like I have never traveled in the way that we were able to go, where it was just like, this is what I want to do, let's do this, and like also not knowing what we wanted to do and just like figuring it out along the way. Because like when I go with my family, it was like, here's the itinerary, and when I've traveled with friends, sometimes it's not been as open to like whatever the possibilities are. It's like still very within your sheltered comfort zone. But getting to go with you is very much like down for whatever. Like, let's just kind of go for it.
Yeah, that's why it was great for me too. Like, I couldn't have picked a better travel buddy because you're down with this spontaneity. You'll do pretty much whatever. So us working together doing that just made it happen. You're also you're a very sociable person. You're good at making friends and making people laugh, even though sometimes you feel like maybe you're more of a secluded person or whatever. I remember you had your moments of like not wanting to talk to people, but like once you do, you just win people's hearts over, so that made it a lot easier. I think actually we both have that quality. So so us together became like a power team of just fun. And yeah. Okay, we're probably almost at time. We had free dinner at the hostel and drank. We got like a lot of free beer. I think the hostel actually gave us free beer with like dinner and stuff, which was crazy.
Yes.
Oh, do you want a beer, dude?
Oh yeah, I love a beer, dude.
Oh, here, I'll just take one.
Oh, thanks. Oh! We met some Swedish girls who invited us to party in their room. I really felt the need to call mom, so I did, as did Toby. Mom calling party.
In our room.
Yeah. August 22nd, 2017. Toby and my last day together. Sad face. You, at the time of flying out, you were working in advertising?
Sales.
Oh, in sales. You got an advertising degree.
Yes.
But you were working in sales in San Francisco. At the job with all the perks and food and pool and all this kind of stuff. It wasn't really working out for you. You were like, for a long time, you had been telling me, I can't wait to do the 9 to 5, have no homework, just get my job done and be out. But you weren't fully happy. I don't know how long it was after traveling, but I remember us talking a lot about being a free soul and really doing what you want to do. And eventually you quit your job and you pursued your passion of music, and now you're a professional musician. And I really look up to that. That's a powerful thing to me. That makes you so much more of an important person in my life, to know that you made a hard decision and pursued what you wanted to do, and it's working out for you. Great.
Yeah, I appreciate that. And also, I mean, it was a month after our trip. I mean, I really, our whole time together was definitely a big catalyst, and started to kind of get my wheels turning. And I think that was like the first stone cast, to kind of lead me down the path to realize that I was really unhappy in the work that I was doing, and that the perks were not worth the energy drain and soul drain. So yeah, I think that was kind of the beginning of me figuring that out.
That's really cool. Yeah. So that pretty much completes my travels with Toby. We did France.
Different segment. Travels with Toby is a different YouTube series.
Another 10-part series, Toby's with Travel. Another 10-part series, Travels with Toby. Well, that was good. Thanks for talking to me.
Thanks for letting me be a part of it.
Hell yeah, you're a big part of my travels. That was, you made an impact on me, and you reset me a little bit to last a couple more months, and I just love you tons, so it was a lot of fun.
It was the best travel experience I've ever had.
And now we're full adults, and that's not as much of an option, but coronavirus is not an option.
Yeah. Not to point out the virus in the room.
Coronavirus! Oh, you have it in your room?
I hope not.
Well, you just told me that you were pointing out the one in your room. Now that Toby was heading on his way back to America, I was going to move into Croatia, and that'll be covered in episode 9 of Destination Unknown, a solo travel adventure. Make sure to like and subscribe if you haven't already. I don't only do travel content, but parkour content as well. Love you! If you are watching, go ahead and put a like on the video. What else, Toby?
Subscribe if you into it.
Listen, I put in the work without the attitude. Least you could do is like it, dude. Go ahead, like it, dude. Go ahead, click that little button, like it, dude. Man, just click on the button. It's really not that hard. I mean, it's just a nice thing to do. It helps with the YouTube algorithm. So, yeah. Anyway, thanks for watching.